I figured today I would share with you what you've been looking at here. This is my turtle pond. Um, Anybody who knows turtles, they live for a very long time. You got to have a good setup for them. Uh, they're hiding right now. They're sort of my channel mascot. You won't be seeing a lot of me, so kind of there's what he's kind of hiding there. I got 4 of them in here. Um, I'm not condoning to go and get turtles, by the way. These animals are kind of difficult to have. It's easier to have a cat. You throw out a kitty litter box and some food for them, some water, and they're good to go. But with these guys, there's a lot of maintenance. Um, Currently, I have a bio filter running that I've made out of a flower or a planting pot. That's just an old stuff that I had from the turtles. I just figure I'd utilize it. Um, Now this thing cost me about $1,500 to build. Cheap timbers. I got that liner in there from a fish place. One of the most expensive things, believe it or not, is a driftwood log. I think I paid $180 for that log. So then I have my lighting system up top here, and that gives them a full spectrum. I would say the electric on this thing, it boosted me up about $40 a month in electric to run this system. But I care about my turtles. I think anybody who has any kind of pets should do their best to give them the best kind of life that they can have, and I think they're pretty happy. They're cool. I got a lot of fish in there. Also, there's the heat lamps. I've got 2 heat lamps because I do have 4 turtles and they all need to be able to get up under there and bask. Then I have a UV bulb. Again, along with a full spectrum, actually it can grow the plants around as well. There's my cat. I know a lot of flat earthers say they've got cats, so there's my cat. It doesn't shed. It doesn't want for nothing. Perfect pet. So the way I've got this set up is got the biofilter in the back, and then this is just a plant that's able to live in the water here, bamboo, and I've got some charcoal. It's also kind of a filter. The water spills over here, but is always 2 inches higher than the water coming out, so that way it collects a lot of oils and stuff. I have to shop vac that every now and then. Then this is an old filter I had from an outside pond. There, that's what you see when I turn on, and you've got those different glowing light aspects. And also I'd like to say, if anybody does have turtles, they know that these things are expensive. These little food bottles here are about $14 a piece. They last for a while. These turtle bones, you got to have calcium available to them. I've got some inside my treasure box there too. I pretty much buy them out when there's only 3 or 4 or 5 of them at the pet stores. So I just get as much as I can because turtles constantly need to have an intake of calcium. They're always growing, renewing their shell. Little palm plant. So this thing's a little bit easier to take care of because I've got that hose connection there. I can drain this system and I do it probably about every 3 weeks. I drain about 1/3 of the water, and this helps to keep still and maintain a great pH balance because you don't want to over chlorinate anything when it comes to turtles. Another palm plant. They like to stare out my big window here. So I've kept this spot open where they're able to view out the window while they're basking. I bought these rocks and stuff for the pond, but I decided I didn't want to have to put them on the bottom because it would just make it so much more difficult to clean. So they like to dig in them. They'll sometimes sleep in that pot right here or over here underneath the log. It's funny, I've got tons of things in here, and they all love to just hide, but they are friendly a lot of the times. They'll come out and investigate what's going on. Like I said in a recent video, my dad had passed away. He had 3 fish in an outside pond. You know, I don't want to give names or nothing. I just call them the 3 Bs. My dad, I'm a third, and my dad was junior. So when I got his fish, my stepmother had told me that she just didn't want to have to clean up the pond and stuff like that. So I went ahead and took them, and they're doing great in here. And believe it or not, you keep a turtle fed, they don't really care about the fish. They'll let the fish be. So that's pretty much what I have been showing you guys in my videos, is my turtle pond. Now this is 4x8, and it should be sufficient enough for all 4 turtles as they grow. I've got 2 red ear sliders and 2 yellow bellies in here. I've got actually a fiddler crab in here and 2 snails. The fiddler crab, there's so many places in here to hide that I've never seen them. I've put them in here. I've seen them once crawling around the edge of the pond. So, and I've got a whole setup just for him where he won't be bothered. He can get underneath these rocks here, or there's so many places in regards to this log that, you know, he can hide. And I don't move anything when I do the cleaning. I leave everything pretty much the same. I'll move some things around. The turtles love to explore something different. Every time I do something different in here, they just start to investigate. So I do like to move things around a little bit, but for the most part, the things that are homes, I believe, to my other critters, I kind of leave. The big log, the rocks here. But I'll move these piles of rocks here that I have in little buckets and stuff around, and pull the rocks out and move them. This here is just for the fish to kind of swim through. It's just a tile. Anyways, that's my these are my mascots, the turtles, and unfortunately they're all hiding. I just kind of turned everything on, and when I first turned the lights on, they seem to hide. So. And plus I'm walking around all weird with my iPad here, so that's probably not doing too much good for them. Turtles can stress pretty easy. So yeah, the turtles, I've got 4 turtles, some fish in there, a fiddler crab, 2 snails, and for the most part, if you didn't notice, I don't have any fish food because the fish and the snails pretty much eat the turtle poop, which is fine because they break it up, and they do well. Believe me, there's still so many nutrients in it after the turtles are done that the fish are they're healthy, they're good to go, and they help maintain this bio pond for my turtles. There's some fish right there. That's about all I'm able to find for you. Everybody else is hiding. Anyway, so I just wanted to show you my little bio pond for my turtles. And again, the turtles, if you go and buy a turtle, you have to remember that these are not cheap animals, that they are a high maintenance pet. and you do need to have the right amount of space for them, and you have to have the log to come out of the water, because they don't live in the water completely. So I'm not condoning anybody to run off and get turtles. I'm actually trying to say that because I know the Ninja Turtles movies, and all you guys and ladies with kids, they're just wanting them turtles, and I've always been enthused with them. I don't know why, but I just think they're a cool animal. I think they get the best of both worlds. They can live in the water, they live on the land. They're just a neat animal. I actually have one that's a rescue in here. I was doing an irrigation, and I had ditch witched long lines around a pond, and the guy had a pump in the pond that he wanted to water his lawn with. So I walked that irrigation ditch, and lo and behold, there he is, little skipper, baby. He was probably the size of a nickel, and that was amazing. I found him in there, 'cause if we would have buried him, he would have been dead. But I found him in there, just by the tip of his head, just a little black head there. The rest of him was covered in mud. He went the opposite way. They get confused, sometimes. He went the opposite way of the pond, and ended up in the irrigation. That's Skipper right there. Come here, Skipper. And he probably is the one that is actually the most docile and most curious, and really likes to hang out with me. I can pet him on his head. I have 3 other ones again. The 2 red ear sliders. They're completely different turtles. They like to be on the bottom. They look like little puppies walking on the bottom of the tank, just nosing around. Skipper here, he's the one that likes to play with the rocks. And I'll come in here after work sometimes, and I'll just find these rocks here just all over on the floor. I just pick them back up and throw them back in there, but he just digs and digs and digs in these stuff. I think he thinks there's hidden food in there or something. Bandit over here, she's right back there in the center of the screen. Named her Bandit because of her cool kind of like mask. Of course, I named her Bandit before I knew it was a girl, so now it's Bandita. So that's the female. This is the male red ear slider, and he's just checking me out, checking him out. So, and then under here you'll see now one of the red ear sliders, and these guys, they are more as far as they keep to themselves a little bit more. They don't like to be handled. Again, they love the bottom of this tank, whereas Skipper and Bandit, they seem to like to float around and stuff. But so there's some different temperaments and different ways that these 2 types of turtles act. And so if I feel like this little guy is going to get anxiety from me picking him up or moving him around, I let him be. You have to look at turtles as kind of like having fish. They're very fun. They're very cool. They're Skippy. But they have, yeah, see, he doesn't like the camera. He's camera shy like I am. I'm going to put him on anyways. But he's sort of my mascot there then. And I also want to, while I'm doing this, tell everybody that my channel probably is for people who already believe or know that the earth is flat earth. Okay, there's other channels in there that's going to give you a bunch of proof to get to the point to understand why I'm talking the way I'm talking about the flat earth. So I wanted to throw that in there. If you're just watching my video because you're looking for information on flat earth, because you don't quite know yet, there's all kinds of different channels that you should go to for proof first. This is more of a acceptance of flat earth and that it is flat, and I want this channel to be more about sharing ideas of what it means that we now are living on the flat earth. You know, you can always leave comments and tell me what your ideas are. You know, I'm not a public speaker. I'm a carpenter, and I use it lightly on that. So I help flip houses. So I do all kinds of stuff. I just raked stones the other day. So, but as far as being a carpenter, yes, I could build walls and do all that kind of stuff. But I'm involved in the whole deal and process of this stuff. I like turtles. I can leave them for about a weekend, to about 4 or 5 days without food, and they're just fine. So that's why another reason these are really cool animals is they store up energy and they have it available, and they've slowed down eating now that we're going into winter. So really, that food right there is going to last for a very long time. So as expensive as this stuff is, they don't eat 3 pounds a day, So that's pretty much what I wanted to add into this as far as, about my channel itself. Is if the earth is flat, this might be a good channel to come and listen to different ideas. But if you're still wondering about flat earth and you're not quite there yet on what I believe to be a fact of the earth is flat, and here it is. There's proof right here, kind of. This water is flat. I could put a level across this thing if it was a floating level, and it would sit level. Come on. I could throw a tennis ball in there, pull it out, the water is going to go right back down and then form into level. So, again, my channel is going to be for all kinds of different perspectives, because I've said before, nobody knows what this world really looks like. So I just want to kind of take it apart and I'm inviting people to investigate this new mystery of our home planet, now that we know it's not a round ball in space. So, please, again, if you don't know and you don't believe yet, this channel is not going to be something that you're going to want to watch, because you're just going to get lost in the speculations of this. First, you need to know the proofs. So go investigate that first, and then come back to my channel, and then you'll go, okay, well, I can see why he'd speculate this or that. But and again, everything is speculation. Nobody knows for sure. Nobody knows. So this is just for a fun, creative way to reinvestigate our new planet. So look at this little one right here. He's carrying the weight of the world on his back. Right there. He's just, look at him go. Yeah. Anyways, y'all have a good day.